Hello and welcome to the TigrePup channel. In this video, I'd like to discuss with you an experience I had at my local AutoZone. If this topic interests you, then please keep watching. Okay, so my story begins when my car had broke down, and they was like, we need to go to AutoZone to get something tested because it was a purchase that was made and it had a warranty on it. And because we had so many issues with it, he felt they should give us another one because we had to bring it back, the car back on numerous occasions previous to this one, and have it checked out and what have you, or whatever. Anyway, we had to bring something back because it wasn't working like it was supposed to. So we go make our way to AutoZone, and once we get there, Bay is talking to the guy because honestly, I don't know anything about all this stuff. And don't ask me what it was that wasn't working properly, because honestly, I don't even know or remember at this time. But anyway, so he goes to talk to the guy and tell him the situation, and the guy was like, he went and I don't know if he tested it or something. Anyway, he decided that the thing was still operational, but clearly my car wasn't working. And so they got into an argument about the situation because they felt like, okay, we done came on more than one occasion for this particular issue, for this particular part, and y'all should replace it, you know? And the guy was like, no, it still got so much of power percentage out left or whatever, and it should still be working. Well, clearly it wasn't working. So them two, they got into an argument, and eventually the guy, I guess he got mad or whatever. He was like, I'm a manager, because my babe was like, oh, well, I want to speak to your manager. And he was like, I am the manager. And, you know, basically nobody's above him, but he's wearing a red shirt like everybody else. I thought managers wear gray shirts. Anyway, so them two are going back and forth, and the whole time I'm like, this is, oh, to add on to the story, this is the same AutoZone we went to when I had gotten those jumper cables, and I tried to get a refund, and they gave me some grief, but eventually they gave me the refund. But then what happened was they took the power chargers, okay, and they didn't give me my refund. And I was like, you know, they always have an attitude when you go in there, and then they stealing your stuff, because they took my purchase of the jumper cables for a refund, didn't give me my money back. I had to go through a whole situation with my bank and trying to prove it. I have a video about that. I'll try to leave a link in the description down below if you need a refresher on that. But continuing on to the story, they wanted to come to this location because first of all, it was closer and my car wasn't working. So it was the closest place, I guess. And I was like, I didn't want to go here because every time we go here, it's always an issue. They have bad customer service. They took my jumper cables and my money. Okay, so not only are they bad customer service, they're also thieves. Okay, and what happened was them two had got into it, and they was like, you know, them two, they just kept going on and on, and eventually the guy, he just got real nasty with the situation. Basically said he the manager. It basically, he was coming from a standpoint of like, I make the decision and I decide, no, I'm not gonna replace this product or whatever, right? Eventually the guy, he got so mad he started threatening both of us to jump on both of us or beat us both up. And during this whole course, I kept telling me, I says, you know what, I don't want to even go to this location. Why are we still going here? And my suspicion was correct because it's a terrible place, you know. And yeah, he was threatening to jump on us. Okay, and I went through the process of, you know, I was asking Bay, I said, can we leave? Can we leave now? Let's go to the other location. And even though it was a bit of a distance, but we never had any issue at the other location, which was like the main location. Okay, and as we were leaving, because like I said, the guy was like, he'll jump on both of us. And the whole time I was thinking, I says, okay, so under what circumstances would one guy threaten to jump two guys? Unless he had like a weapon or something. In my opinion, I felt like he had intention to do us harm. When I say harm, I mean like take us up on out of here. That was my first thought, you know what I'm saying? Because like, who would intentionally, instead of doing a one-on-one, you want to get into a situation where you got two guys against you, just one person? That sounded kind of fishy. And then he was so easy to be going into that route, you know what I'm saying, and trying to provoke us and stuff like that, which I wasn't even on that type of time. And they was like, you know, he was trying to get the part because I have to go to work, he have things to do, instead of be concerned about trying to get my car operational so he don't have to keep dropping me off to work while he have to go to work and all of that mess. Anyway, ain't nobody trying to spend no time in no jail anyway, you know what I'm saying? And this guy, he's like, he's on his job cutting up. I mean, who threatens somebody on their job? Like, clearly you don't care to work there. Why don't you just quit? That's just my opinion, okay? So eventually we're going to walk out the store. You know, he follows us. He follows us, and he's threatening to jump on us outside. And at this point, they had two other people in the store with him. They had a female. She was pretty much like not really in the situation, and the black guy. Now, in the store, he didn't have anything to say. He just kind of like standing around looking. Where the girl, she was sitting around, and she was walking to the back or whatever. I don't know what the hell she was doing. And so the guy actually came outside with him and was trying to hold him back, or I don't know what the deal was. Like, okay, so you threaten to jump on us, and we leave, and you come outside to try to provoke the situation even more. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, at that point, I was absolutely certain he must have had a weapon on him or something, because who the fuck would do that? Okay, so, you know, we leave or whatever, and I was telling baby, you know, like, we could have been had this situation, instead of having to deal with all of this, getting both our blood pressure boiling and everything, and having to be worried about being jumped on by an employee and having to go to jail or pay fines and stuff like that. We could have just went to the place that I initially suggested, and we wouldn't have had all of this issue. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, after this, I mean, for sure, we're not going to this location anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let you convince me that this is the place we should go just because it's closer. That place has a terrible, I don't know what you call it, work culture, where they're just very nasty. Even the managers, they're just terrible. And it's all around terrible place to go as a customer, in my opinion. Okay, and this proves it, because they tried to steal my jumper cables before. They took the money and the jumper cables and refused to give either. Okay, and now you're gonna jump on us? Okay, so we went to the other location, and within the first conversation, a meeting, which was a manager, she actually had a gray shirt, and she was a manager. She was willing to replace it right then and there. And if anybody doesn't realize it, AutoZone has a lot of refurbished items. You know, you don't get anything factory new. It's always refurbished stuff, repackaged as new stuff anyway. And that's just my opinion on it. So I'm thinking that's probably why the stuff was like, we constantly had to go back to replace it. You know what I'm saying? Had got a warranty on it, and it just wasn't working. I want to say it was a battery, but I'm not really exactly sure. But anyway, it shouldn't have had that much of an issue, especially if we had a warranty, paid for a warranty, I believe, and everything. And they didn't want to honor it. So, yeah, so that has been my story time of an incident that happened at AutoZone, where the AutoZone employee threatened to jump on us. Okay. Basically, I felt like he wanted to get us out the store, I guess. I don't know. But it's just very awkward to sit up there and be like, oh, I'm the manager. You can't go no higher than me. Okay, well, then go to, okay, well, let's fight. Or let's take it outside. Or, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, so just be mindful that if you ever get a situation like that and one person is talking about they want to get jumped, you know what I'm saying? If we was on that type of time, you know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking he had a weapon. So y'all be careful out there. And this completes my story. And I want to thank you for watching. So have a great day. Goodbye.